Good afternoon, and welcome to the 110th Annual Meeting of the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada. Thank all of you for setting time aside to attend and traveling to join our colleagues here in this lovely city. Our theme for this 2016 conference is Sharing Solutions and Strategies. Your presence here shows your own commitment to assisting and learning from others. It's great to be here with all of you. I hope you've been enjoying everything this beautiful city of Toronto has to offer. I know that I have. GFOA is fortunate to be comprised of a growing number of dedicated finance professionals. We surpassed 18,600 members this year. I'm glad to see how many of you are here today, taking the chance to step away from daily work, to add to your professional knowledge, to interact with your peers, and to demonstrate the expertise and passion that you bring to your work every day. I'd like to tell you why and how I came to stand in front of you today. My work for Clackamas County in Oregon began as an accountant and led me to the position of Chief Financial Officer. Along that path, over more than 31 years, I've come to understand that the role of the finance professional in the public sector is crucial to the success of a civil society. I live and work in the state of Oregon. I'm a Portlander and a proud native of the Beaver State. Oregon is famous for many things: natural beauty, with mountains as well as high deserts, and a long and rugged Pacific coastline. It's also famous for its rainy season, which normally only lasts about 10 months a year. There is a rumor that true Portlandians don't use umbrellas. We just get used to wearing waterproof layers. Well, I live there, I was born there, and I use an umbrella. And one day this spring, I opened my umbrella to find that one of the supports, the spokes, had snapped. So I applied some tape and some thread and made it work again. And I was pretty proud of my ingenuity. The very next time I opened it, the rest of the umbrella system broke apart. It simply had to have a functioning and integrated support system, or it would, and it did, fail. Government, like that umbrella, protects and serves the people in a city, a county, a province or state, and in a nation. We hear a lot of commentary about government rules, regulations, taxes, and fees. To paraphrase a favorite song of mine, we hear the rich man grumble, we hear the poor man cry. We also hear a lot about differing views of the role of governments at each level. But we step up in our role as stewards of the public funds to guide and counsel the leaders in our jurisdictions, and to monitor and account for and to apply wisely the dollars entrusted to us. We are a critical part of the support structure for the umbrella of services and protections that we all depend on as citizens. Our responsibilities are large and they are wide. Most units of government are not in a single line of business. They fulfill multiple concurrent ones, including serving our neighborhoods, expanding business opportunity through economic development, assisting the vulnerable, protecting the elderly, and educating the young and those seeking a better life through expansion of their skills. The lifeblood of those activities flows through our offices in the form of the public's money. And so we involve our residents in the opportunity to decide how our budgets will be structured and targeted, and the outcome of that financial plan is evaluated later each year through that complex and independent audit that allows those same residents to tell how we did on their behalf. This is important work. I am proud of having chosen to do it, and you should be proud too. Last year at this time, my friend Heather Johnston told this assembly of her belief, which I share, and I quote, that public service is an honorable profession, and of course, the finance profession is the most noble of them all. Our stated mission in GFOA is to advance this noble profession by being a ready resource for you, to give your colleagues, our colleagues, the tools to be the best at what they do. The GFOA gives us a great many resources to guide us, to teach us new skills, and to sharpen previously learned ones, and to educate our elected officials, and to explain the work we've chosen to pursue to the public, whose trust we strive to earn every day. These include the best practices, online and in-person training, consulting services, and the public awareness we promote, as well as the work we do to help ensure our voice is heard by lawmakers. We are regulated, and sometimes to a seemingly excessive level, by GASB, the SEC, the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board, the Internal Revenue Service, as well as the states or provinces that we work and live in. And we work in cooperation with those agencies to assure that these regulations remain thoughtful and help rather than hinder the public good. The Great Recession, which began in 2007-08 and spread until it slowed the economies of many countries to a crawl, is largely behind us. But the aftermath is obviously still being felt in the US and Canada. Because there were skilled government finance men and women serving their communities, most state, provincial, and local governments emerged on the other side with their services intact and ready to move forward. So, as the rains may fall on us and our towns, cities, counties, and states, we continually keep calm and carry on. We are and want to continue to be strong and resilient. The Resiliency Project is GFOA's campaign to strengthen our governments against continuing stresses and through ever-changing resources and requirements. I will work to carry it through this next year in company with Executive Director Jeff Esser and the board and the excellent staff of GFOA. The elements of financial and organizational resiliency we are supporting and expanding include attracting the best, most passionate, and most innovative new members to the profession and helping prepare them to be the next generation of public finance leaders. We will be giving you, as GFOA members and sources of knowledge and experience, chances to participate in this important mission and thus help to expand the resiliency of your own governmental entities. Now, I ask you to look around. GFOA is a dynamic, diverse, and growing organization with fresh and exciting ideas bubbling up from our members and the valuable partners with whom we interact. From the smaller but growing, very energetic and welcoming group known as Engaging Local Government Leaders, or ELGL, to the large and established National League of Cities, ICMA, and many others. We rely on those partners and on you to bring your contribution of knowledge, insight, and experience to your colleagues around the country and across borders. We also draw strength from the contribution of members from different backgrounds, communities, and we show our respect for their participation through support for the work of the Women's Public Finance Network and the GFOA Black Caucus. I urge all of you here today to respond to the survey that's just been mounted on the GFOA website. This survey is a first step to measure how we can build our forward progress. That's by enhancing the GFOA experience for our members from diverse origins. Not a one of us gets through life without support and encouragement. Early in my career, I was fortunate to cross paths with people whose enthusiasm for participating in their state association and the GFOA of the US and Canada was contagious. It started out as a good idea, it became a way of life, and ultimately was recognized as a gigantic opportunity to expand and share knowledge and build lifelong relationships. I am so lucky to follow on the heels of two spectacularly talented GFOA presidents who, similarly, were inspired by those just before them. Bob Icahn and Heather Johnston have set the bar very high, and I am humbled to follow them in this role. Support at my own workplace for GFOA involvement has also been my good fortune. Clackamas County in Oregon and the 6 county administrators I've worked with over many years who gave me the ability to participate in the GFOA on many levels are part of the reason I'm here now. And of course, my wife Carrie and our daughter Eleanor, our son Mitchell, and our son-in-law Elias, who traveled to this lovely city to join me here today, are the heartbeat and the reason for each day's happiness. Their love and support means everything to me. And you, the GFOA members, are the structural supports for the services we are so proud to provide to our communities. So please, keep bringing your ideas to GFOA and to your government leaders. Volunteer to help craft best practices as a standing committee member, or lead a session at the annual conference or in an online webinar. When you're back at home, keep taking your important and deserved place at the table to provide financial leadership and expertise. Support your state and regional associations with your time and leadership. Learn, grow, speak up, stand up, and above all, keep your heads high, because even when it rains on you, what you do for a living matters to the long-term success of the United States and Canada. I want to thank you again for your contributions and your time here today. I want to meet as many of you as I can. So please take a moment to introduce yourself to me if we haven't yet met. Enjoy the rest of this 2016 conference and start making plans to join us next year in Denver, Colorado. And we will see you tonight at the entertainment. I now call Ms. Heather Johnston to the podium.